Hi, welcome to my channel, Crafty Come Lately. I'm going to do a flip through for two junk journals that I've completed really, almost basically, yes. And I need to give them tomorrow morning, so I better be done with them. I might have a couple more tacks to tuck in. Both of them are gold tissue paper, all scrunched up and decoupaged on the whole cover, including the inside, but then I covered the inside with cardstock. On this one with like a taupe color, and the other one with a blue. And it actually looks really cool with the blue. And at first I was just going to make from regular scrapbook paper and different sheets. Nothing fancy, no printables, no necessarily theme or anything. But on the second one, since the blue inside cover really popped, it got me to thinking sea, nautical. So I wound up I just bought from Dreams Etc. From Jennifer. She has printables that are really pretty. And this is the Vintage Voyage. I think it's about 8 sheets. I don't even know if I have them all printed here. And I wind up printing free in the library the regular sheets of paper, but a couple of them I printed this one on transparency sheet and this one on vellum paper. And it turned out really beautiful. And so for this junk journal, I actually wound up cutting a lot of little pieces and using them on tags rather than just having one vellum sheet that will not go as far. So I'll just do the flip throughs and hopefully you'll enjoy. I noticed too on my videos I have them way too close up, so I'll try to kind of back it up but still be in frame. So we'll see if it works out this time. And hopefully this won't be too long. Can't go over 15 minutes. So just a simple tag, a little pattern. I don't have die cut machine, but I just copied from a tag that was this shape. So just freestyle, and some cute little dried roses from the Mexican store that's edible for recipes. And then a double pocket, just 2 corners to make a pocket. And some little butterflies and just regular scrapbook paper. Circles, for tabs, I did a few tabs, not that many, but I just did them from Circle Punch, and that's it. Nothing too fancy. Some burlap and old sheet of book paper, and then with paint, acrylic paint, pink on top. And then a simple index card that had no lines, and I tea-dyed them a while back, so I used some of that. Scrapbook paper cut into a corner pocket, and just a simple tag from a thicker card, not a cardstock, scrapbook paper, tea-dyed paper there, and a double rip pocket, as you've seen many talented people do. One I distress inked and one I didn't. This one is just a scrapbook paper that happened to have lines. And this is from that collection from Jennifer, Dreams, Etc. I will put a link to her printables so you can purchase them too. And a tag kind of flapping over there, scrapbook paper. And I made a stamp like from scrapbook paper and my scissors. I have like decorative scissors, the old-fashioned kind. So another paper, Circle Punch. This one is a Daiso beautiful paper that I made into an envelope, just copying a pattern of a different envelope that had that. Just a manila envelope, manila folder just cut to make a tag. Some Daiso notebook paper that I took apart. A cute little, and these happens to be, both of them happen to be from that Daiso notebook. And this one is a butterfly that came from a bunch of butterflies that I just cut out, and I've sprayed all kinds of fancy shimmery ink through them to use as a stencil, but I loved how it stayed on here, so I've been using those butterflies a lot. A different notebook paper from a gift that a friend gave, and I just took it apart. This is one of the few splurges I did a while back, and I got a postcard stamp, and that's one of 2 wood-mounted stamps that I have. So I've been making, and that's exactly the purpose I wanted. I wanted to make lots of postcards. So I tea-dyed postcards here. Little scrapbook paper, and actually it's not scrapbook, it's a printable French writing, and I just kind of inked it all over several layers. Just, I did whatever, just played. Belly band here, and this is a Daiso. I like these index cards because the lines, instead of being this way, they're this way. So I just picked this up not too long ago, and so I put some washi tape there, some little punch of flower there, and I didn't coffee or tea dye that one. And this one is the old-fashioned, oh no, this one is also an index card that was blank, that was tea dyed with a little stopper there. That's a flower petal punch. And another scrapbook paper. This is from Jennifer Dreams Etc., her vintage voyage. And that's the other side of the tag up there. That just flips over. It's hard to get it in frame. Sorry about that, guys. Again, another part of her. I really cut them up. I just chopped them up, and like they had so many patterns that were so pretty. Cute little tea-dyed paper. This one is scrapbook paper that I just made into a funky pocket. That's the Daiso index card with another punch, like a fall leaf punch. And circle pocket. I need to tuck something in here, so I think that's what I was talking about. Might need to do a couple of last minute tags. And then the Rachel Jazzy, how she does her little banners as a tuck spot. So, oh, this is the tag I copied the pattern out of. And just regular scrapbook paper, and use my scissors to make the borders. And just a doily, but it's heart shape. I got these for Valentine's Day way after the fact. They were 75 cents for like 40 of them. Half were white, half were red. So I thought that was a good deal. And then a sticker from something else. A parchment paper baked. Tissue paper. This one is a tea dye paper, and I used some stencil. This is the Prima Sunset Sunrise stencil, and I just kind of pounced with my makeup sponge. This one is some Tim Holtz Distress ink, I should say, vintage photo. The other butterfly, and this one, the other one was more red as I was inking through it. This one is more brown. And then just manila card cut up into a rectangle, a flower punch with a cute little Miriam scrapbooking supply little pearl. It's like a champagne color. It's almost brown. It's really pretty. And then something is sticking here. Okay, here we go. Circle punch for a tab. The cute little double fold, which I'm really loving, with a brad, copper brad. This one came from an old tag thing, and it came exactly like that, so I kept it. This one's a doily that I colored in gold, but I cut just one of the circles out of it. Scrapbook paper, tea dye paper, more notebook paper, scrapbook, parchment baked, some scrapbook, just, you know, all the goodies, all the regular fun stuff. File folder cut into like a little file folder. I used my envelope punch to make that little looking file indentation. And more paper. And this one is also the corner tuck that I love, with some old book paper underneath, and then a gear here, really cute. And then this one is from Tim Holtz. I have a small little, or not Tim Holtz, pardon me, a little Prima cheap stamp, and I just double stamped it. So, and then I put on some other sheet of paper, and I guess I put some regular paper on the back so it can be written on so it's not dark. And then book paper next to scrapbook paper. And yeah, pocket there. Tea dye paper there, another pocket here, and that's that Daiso vertical lines, tissue paper, parchment, scrapbook, little border punch here, and the last signature, it's only 3 signatures, an envelope that was for bills, and I put some stationery here, and just scrapbook paper. I made a little stamp there. More paper, tea dyed, little pockets. I need a tag for that. And another double folded corner. Out of manila, I just went ahead and tucked it in there and made 2 tags out of them. Old music sheet. And this one I just made like a little place. It's just a sheet of paper folded with a flower. And this one is composition paper cut up to be smaller. Another, this one is a notebook paper. I just cut it to make it, or actually I didn't cut it. That's the size. This is that Daiso notebook that I took apart. And this one is Daiso calligraphy paper. It's really thin and pretty. And then this one I just made like cute little tickets. It's basically just fold into whatever size you want. It could be an inch, it could be anything. I don't measure. And then you just punch it with a regular little punch, like a whatchamacallit punch. So pretty easy. And I did that as a tuck spot. That's a little tag there. More tea dyed. Pretend that didn't fall out. A photo frame. It was, I think, just white. Oh yeah, because it was just my plain, and I put some layer of gesso and some ink. Some this one is the Tim Holtz Distress Paint in the tarnished brass. A cute little rose. And another tuck spot here. This just happens to be that scrapbook paper that had the lines on it. You'll see it again over here. So I just went ahead and just used those as journal tags. And more Daiso paper. This one is a stationery card that came already pretty with roses. Tissue paper that I colored with that distressed brass, Tim Holtz tarnished brass gold, and I wash it with water like I did on the side in a tray, so it's not so gold. More paper, that calligraphy Daiso paper. It's really cool texture. And more Daiso notebook paper, stationery, composition paper, music sheet, and I put a music stamp on here. And then the tag here. And then scrapbook paper, tea dye paper, scrapbook paper, etc. The other side of the bill. And what I do in the envelope here is, so that both sides of the flap open, is I cut down here. You may have seen this trick on something else. I don't know if I borrowed it from someone or if I made it up. But I just wanted to show in case anybody wonders. That way you have an envelope that's usable on both sides. You can cover it in scrapbook paper if you want, or just leave it as is. I guess that's the most junky part of the album, because technically junk journal should be more junky. So I'm actually going to cut it here and do a separate video for the other part, because it will definitely go over 15 minutes. So thank you for watching. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't. And look out for video number 2 for the beautiful gold and blue. So thank you.